Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As I'm pushing my way through to challenge tier 15, I just wanted to do like an updated build video, kind of like a version 1.5, as I've started to get some pieces of gear that really start to pull this build together. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to all of those that have subbed to my channel. I'm almost at 50 subscribers and it's pretty insane. So yeah, thanks a lot guys. So let's push on. As I said before, this is like a version 1.5, so we are going to need to respec our skill tree. So we're going to be pushing back up into Ashbreaker all the way, making sure that you grab anything that has weapon damage or skill cooldown. We're definitely going to be wanting Assault Master as we're going to be using an LMG, but if you want to use rifles, just pop in Sniper Master, but really with the volcanic rounds and what we're trying to do, Assault Master is the way to go. And then we're going to grab Trial of Ashes, because if you look at volcanic rounds, it ignores armor and pierces targets anyway, so Blood Boil really isn't needed. Carrying along, grabbing some weapon damage, grabbing Curse of Pompeii for that Ash duration, Inferno Weapon over Blood Boil, more weapon damage. We need to spec into reload. We're never going to be reloading, but we have to do it. Next one, damage to and from elites. We're actually going to be grabbing the bottom and the top for skill cooldown and increased ash damage, and then the final one, burning situation. Whenever we use an immobilized skill, we get increased weapon damage. Now we'll put on Ashes to Ashes. Whenever we inflict ash, we get vulnerability. 4 points left. Weapon skill leech. Leeching Force, so whenever we use an immobilized skill we get double weapon leech, which is always handy. And with our final 2 points, we're going to be putting them into Incinerate, so if for whatever reason we don't kill a burning enemy and it runs out, they will be hit with the ash as well. And then the point next to it, Curse of Pompeii, ash lasts longer. So with our skills, obviously volcanic rounds, this is where we're going to be getting all of our damage from. Now for all my console people, if you put Feed the Flames on your right bumper and have Ash Blast on your left, then you will never need to stop firing to use Ash Blast. When you use Feed the Flames, you do stop firing anyway because he uses his hand to cast it, but with Ash Blast it kind of just seems to spur out from us. So you can continue to hold that trigger down, tap your left bumper for your Ash Blast, and it will just work without you stopping firing. Moving on to the gear. Like I said, we're going to be using an LMG with a 150 round mag. I forget what that variant's called, but we need that 150 rounds for our Feed the Flames to recharge. Now with the skills on it, we want close range damage, skill life leech, and weapon life leech. So for me, this armor piercing part is wasted because volcanic rounds pierce armor anyway, and with your mods, anything to do with ash, anything to do with fire on your top one, and I like to use Death Chains just because it's got a massive damage boost. And obviously if you have Shadow Comet, you'll be using that because why wouldn't you be, but I unfortunately don't have it. On our armor, the skills we're looking for are bonus firepower, close range damage, and skill cooldown. If you can't find any of those, anything to do with life leech is great. Skill power and anomaly power are kind of wasted because volcanic rounds don't use either of those. Don't forget to keep an eye on your greens and your blues for these skill points because you can always just upgrade those. So some mods that we're looking for. Nova for Feed the Flames, increasing or almost doubles our range. Well, it does double our range. You can use it on almost anyone in the entire area and it will reach them. I've got Mitigation from Death just for some survivability. Whenever you kill someone looking down sights, we get armor and that stacks 3 times. We've got Bullet Absorption also for Feed the Flames. Any one that I grab with Feed the Flames replenishes my ammo for my volcanic rounds, and Bullet Kindling, which obviously everything's going to be on fire, so we're just doing a blanket 20% damage to anything that's on fire. The level 3 mod Flame Grasper pulls this whole build together Whenever I'm using Feed the Flames, I'm now grabbing 3 targets, which gives me 99% of my magazine back, so volcanic rounds will never run out. The Drop Pod resource vendor was selling a pair of pants that had this mod on it for me, so hopefully you guys get the same luck with that. And Dum Dum bullets, just for increased assault weapon damage. Protection from the flames. Anything that I kill that's on fire gives me more armor for survivability, and I've got Phantom Dash on here just for a bit of maneuverability around the battlefield. I like it, but if you don't and you need some more survivability, Blazing Ages, Damage Absorber or Emergency Stance all give you increased armor. And finally, Ash and Boost, extra damage against anything that's covered in ash, and Personal Space, which gives us 15% more close range damage. Just a word of warning, there is a tier 2 weapon mod called Clip Roller. Whenever your clip drops below 50%, rolling will reload your magazine. Now this strips you of volcanic rounds. It doesn't count as a replenish, it's actually a reload. So it will destroy everything that we're trying to do. And that wraps up this build. So how you would approach the encounter: you pop your volcanic rounds, watching your health or your ammo. Whenever any of it drops, just cast Feed the Flames and you'll get everything back. Remember, we've got close range damage on, so the closer we are, the more damage we are doing. Again, casting ash, so anything that's on fire, anything that's ashed is just taking so much damage. So guys, like always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope this build helped you out and gave you some ideas about what you can do, what you might be missing on your specific Pyromancer. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you on the Plains of Enoch. Ciao.